We're back now with our continuing reporting as part of a new series called We the People, a year-long series counting down to America's 250th birthday. Tonight, we kick off our reporting in Elkhart, where there's a lot happening in that city right now, from big announcements to major projects, but it's almost impossible to look at the future of the city, nicknamed a city with the heart, without checking its pulse of the past. Here's part 3 of my conversation with the city's mayor. Mayor, we are inside of the Learner, celebrating 100 years. Talk about your city and why people who may not even heard the name Elkhart exists everywhere right now.
I just happen to be mayor at this time, and I pinch myself because I'm mayor of my hometown. We've had a wonderful impact across our country and really across our world in multiple different ways. You know, the railroads actually began to populate Elkhart, and there were many that immigrated here in order to work on the railroads. It was a midpoint location. A rail yard came into existence after that occurred, and it became the largest rail yard in the country. Now it's the 3rd largest. The entrepreneurial spirit that came with that created what we now know as the RV capital of the world. It created one of the largest, matter of fact, we were the largest pharmaceutical company in the world back in the early 70s. We began, Alka-Seltzer was created right here in Elkhart. It was invented. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. So what a relief it is. Actually played a role in creating a sense of relationship with pharmaceuticals across the world, not just in the United States. We were the precursor to multi-purpose vitamins. Flintstones, chalks, one-a-days, created right here in Elkhart. And that began the whole multi-purpose vitamin craze that's now branded in multiple different ways. We produced band instruments. We had a couple of entrepreneurs who moved here that did brass and woodwind compilations. And next thing you know, we had the world's leading manufacturing facility for band instruments. So if you played a woodwind, flute, clarinet, saxophone, you knew Elkhart, Indiana. If you played a trumpet, French horn, trombone, you knew Elkhart, Indiana. We revolutionized plumbing. NIPCO is the world leader in plumbing fixtures. And funny story about NIPCO, the forefathers of NIPCO came here to make cornet valves. And at the time, it was right during the Great Depression when outhouses were moving to inside of the house. So bathroom fixtures had not been created for indoor plumbing. And they innovated, NIPCO innovated, created plumbing fixtures for bathrooms that would come inside of the house, revolutionized the entire industry.
You see the construction work, you see things going up. Can you talk about that? You have a lot going on at once right now.
Legacy cities in the Midwest, like ours, if they don't recreate themselves, they die. And that just wasn't a choice option for Elkhart. So we decided that years ago that we're going to plan appropriately, we're going to involve everybody in the planning, and that we've done. And now we're starting to see some of the fruits of that labor. I had a baton passed to me from former mayors. I took the baton and I cobbled together the history of what Elkhart was. As a legacy city, we're a manufacturing base. We used to have our backs to the river to draw power from it. Now there's a sense of relationship to the rivers so that we can actually create the kind of sport and events like kayaking and boating that really would fit a river base, and we created a river walk around it, and now we're repopulating that area, not with manufacturing factories.
But with recreation.
But with recreation and people. So if we're creating an Elkhart for the future, we have to make sure that our past is never forgotten, because it gives your future pride and relevance. But it also creates a sense of of responsibility for someone like me in my position. But I also need to make sure that I'm always connecting tissue, right? We always got to make sure people feel as though they understand what has occurred so that they can understand where we're going.
So that is Elkhart's story. Tomorrow night, we're going to take you to Michigan City, where my co-anchor Lauren Moss explains how that city is deeply intertwined in American history. You can see a preview tomorrow morning on 16 Morning News Now. We've got